Port District Commission this evening. So everybody's present, and we'll go ahead and start. Commissioner Sandine, if you'll lead us in the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, item 1 is presentations by the public on matters not on the agenda but within the jurisdiction of this commission. Is there anybody here that's interested in speaking on any items that are not on the agenda? I don't have any slips to speak, so that'll move us into the consent agenda. We have 3 different items. Looking for a motion on the consent? So that would be a motion that was moved by Commissioner Sandine and seconded by Commissioner Ledesma. How are we doing over there, clerk? Teresa. She's got it. All right, very good. All right, so let's see. That is it. I think. Oh, I'm sorry. We should vote. You know what's so funny? I'm sorry. So I have to let you guys know. I have to let you know on the inside. So the clerk asked me to make sure that I repeat who makes the motion and who seconds the motion, because if we can't see her, chances are pretty good she can't see us, so she's not sure what we're doing up here sometimes. So a little distracted. All right, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion carries unanimously. Thank you very much. None opposed. Commissioner reports. Are there any commissioner reports? Seeing none. Port CEO report.
Just briefly, we provided a memo on the status of the Stonelock Phase 1 project, the Barge Canal access area. There's a memo there. As you recall, at our last meeting, before we were to send out the RFP for proposals, we wanted to do the water modeling. That came back. Rick can provide more details, but there's no issue in terms of water and a supply for that. We do recognize the sensitivity and the lack of urgency from the commission on developing this, but we would send it out and come back to the commission with the proposals in September. There's 15 acres from the two ends, with one area being a park, another area being set aside near the Barge Canal access area for potentially an aquatic center proposal, but a development plate of a net 15 acres. So we'll come back in September with that.
Commissioner Cabaldon.
Yeah, I would strongly encourage staff to provide that RFP in draft form to the commission first. This is not, I personally have a lot of skepticism about this, whether we should be doing this at all, but definitely want to make sure we don't get so far down the line, and we've caused a variety of bidders to make a proposal around a particular set of priorities and points and that sort of thing that might be unlikely to be successful in the end. So I've been open to this, and I know we agreed to greenlight the first stage of thinking about this, but I would just encourage you not to get too far ahead without some.
Yeah, we can provide a draft of that RFP.
So in a follow-up question to that, so are we looking at I know there's a difference between a request for proposal and a request for, there's another way to do it, right? So rather than having a structured proposal where there are multiple components and you have to sort of meet the criteria for all these different essential, is there another way to do it where it's really more of
Do an RFI, request for interest.
Yeah.
But I don't know if there's much difference. We're asking for a concept of the land plan. Mm-hmm. Is there something that you're thinking that
No,
would be less than a formal proposal?
No, just following up on Commissioner Cabaldon's interest in seeing it before we get too far down the road. I know that RFPs, folks spend a lot of time, I mean, depending on how they're structured, it could be very resource intensive for somebody who's interested in submitting a proposal, and so there may be other ways to do that. I don't have any specific suggestions, but I just know that there are sometimes other ways to sort of solicit conceptual, proposals that don't require a lot of intensive resource to tease out whether or not it ought to go to something more formal. I forget the language that's used, but I've seen it done, so.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Is it an RFI?
I don't, RFQ, that's what it is. It is an RFQ. Thank you, Phil. I don't know. I mean, it's just something to explore that it doesn't require a lot of work on Port Commission time, and it doesn't require a lot of, staff intensiveness on the.
But a concept of their development proposal.
Within a framework that's outlined, without the specifics of a full-blown RFP, because I know for a fact that a full-blown RFP is very time-intensive and resource-intensive, so anyhow, I don't have any
So
specific.
we'll pursue an RFP light then. So-
There you go. All right, very good. All right, so that takes us to, let's see, we are looking for a motion to adjourn. So we need a motion. So that would be sorry, Teresa. And Commissioner Ledesma seconds. All right, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion carries unanimously. We're adjourned. Thank you very much.